Hey guys, what's up? It is Zampy here again. It's been like a month, 2 months since I last posted, and the reason was is I got like a bad cold. I got a bad cold and I stopped making videos. And there was like 2 weeks where I just couldn't like speak, like it hurt to talk, like I was missing class, I wasn't working, like it was just it was a really bad cold basically. Yeah, it sucked. But I mean, it wasn't the end of the world. And then after that, I kind of just lost the motivation. So, you know, we're back. And this is what I was up to in the month in between the cold and now. So, yeah, I kind of just lost interest in the videos that I was making. It was just a lot of work. One video would take me like 6 hours to make, and it was on me. It was a lack of motivation on my part. And yeah, I got the motivation back, and we're back, and I'm gonna show you guys my world real quick, and so you guys know what I've been up to, and then hopefully in the next few weeks we can get up to some new stuff. So first things first, let's start off with this house. This is the first house I built. I like spawned like somewhere over here, and this is the first house I built. I kind of took inspiration of a smaller house design that I saw on Pinterest that kind of had like the same garden thing, but the top is all me. That's why it's so bland compared to down here. But I mean, it got the job done. Sugarcane, pumpkins, all the works. If you come over here beneath these stairs, I have my strip mine from the very beginning of the world. Just dug straight down, got it started. Haven't even switched it to a soul sand yet. Elevator. This is just storage, all sorts of stuff, all kinds of goodies. This is my storage room up here. There used to be an enchantment table in here, and kind of got rid of that and moved it to something else because I didn't want everything to be so consolidated. Yeah, this is the storage room. This is one of them. Uh, Other stuff over here. I always meant to finish this big room, but I just never had any use for it, so I never got around. Yeah, so that is the house. Let me make sure I have everything I need to. Okay, first this well. I needed an infinite water source. I was tired of going all the way down the river, so I made an infinite water source. And then when I got a beacon, it just kind of felt natural to put the beacon here. These are my horses. Is this T-Bone? Yeah, this is T-Bone. That's Bone Rider, and this is Reaper over here. He's my first horse. And that one doesn't have a name. Okay. Yeah, let's start with the dog bar. This is one of the first builds I put into the game, and I got one of the things I wanted to do in this world was it was right after the dog update. Like I started this world right after all the dogs were added to the game, and there was 8 different dog types. So I got one of each, and they're all named after Star Wars clones. So we got Fives, Echo, Heavy, Cut Up, and Joy Bait. So this is kind of oh my God, Domino Squad. This is them. This is from the 212th. This is Cody, Gregor, Waxer, and Boyle. And then you have 501sts, and then 99. Rex, 99, Hardcase, Dogma, Jesse. And it's a dog bar. And this is Lloyd. He's named after the bartender in The Shining. And yeah, so it's a bar for the dogs. I wanted one of each, and then I felt like they're all lonely. Let me turn this off so you guys don't have to hear the dropper. But this is my zombie spawner. I've had this since like day one. I made this before I even got full iron armor, right? I have it set up now so I don't even pick up anything, or at least I'm not supposed to. It's supposed to go into these hoppers, and there's like a little redstone mechanic here that burns it all because I don't need this stuff anymore. Okay. Then if we take this tunnel, actually, no. So yeah, that's the zombie farm, and if we come this way, my beacon's under there. You can see that. This is my mini cactus farm. I need green dye for like one thing, and I was like, let's make a cactus farm. I have not used any cactus since I used the green dye for the one thing. But I have it. This is for concrete powder. So what it does is you put concrete here, and it signals this piston to push it through here, so it turns into actual concrete, and then you put more concrete powder, and it keeps getting turned into concrete. Then when it gets all the way down here, these pistons are triggered, and it pushes the concrete all the way up until this wall. It won't go past this wall, just hit this wall, and it'll stop. and then I can go and mine all the concrete. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but that's just the way I design mine. This is my sugarcane farm. Like I know you saw the one upstairs. This one is very inefficient. Like this is probably like 5-10 hours worth of this going, but I don't need sugarcane all that much, and when I do, I mean just have something simple. This is my wood farm. I made this myself, and it's pretty simple. The collection system isn't the best because sometimes the items get stuck up on the sugar, like on top of the bottom stem that stays there. But yeah, it goes down here into this crafter system I made, and this minecart hopper brings it to the crafter, and this is a little clock I made that just keeps on going forever and ever, and whenever there's enough stuff for the bamboo, it gets shot up into the chest and bamboo blinks. Spider farm, I got really lucky. I got 2 spawners real close to each other. They come down here. It doesn't automatically kill them. Again, this is kind of my own design. I just put a bunch of slabs down here so they can't really climb up the walls. They just get pushed to the end, and the magma will kill them eventually. Very, very, very slowly. So it's kind of more, it's not really an AFK type of farm. This is my snow farm. If I take this shovel, just do this, and yeah, and it'll end up getting made into, oh, no, well, my little brother was on this world, and he used a silk touch shovel on the farm and kind of broke the whole thing. But now, yeah, see, now it'll work. Yeah. So this is kind of like my little machine area. Kind of put a little bit of the smaller builds I could do with redstone down here. Keep it all in one place. This is my villager farm. I used to have it make them all locked up in their own spot, but then eventually some of the villagers like weren't able to access their bed, so they couldn't reset their trade. So I just kind of let them all loose. But they are all named, not all of them, because some of them are only named, but most of them are named after like evil people, like David Koresh. That's a like Mao Zedong. Like I'm not even gonna show some of the other ones. This is Bonnie. Bonnie is one, and then Clyde is one. These are the ones that these are the first 2 I got. I got 2 nitwits to start, and they were the first 2 villagers I had, and they were all Bonnie and Clyde's children. No other villagers have been bred. They're all Bonnie and Clyde's, which I think is funny because they're the only couple here. And to get out, you gotta come up here because I have a plan to move them all to a different village that I'm gonna build later. But until then, oh, damn, I gotta do something about that eating sound for y'all. I don't know what that would be under. Ambient environment. See if that's. Oh, yeah, that's quieter, I think. That's a very loud eating noise. Okay. This is my egg. I wanted eggs because I wanted to get wither roses, so I made a giant egg, and there used to be a lot more chickens in here. Trust me, there used to be like so many that I just had to keep extending the storage. Like every one of these ones aren't because I had never connected hoppers to the bottom. I think it's just the bottom 2, but yeah, like just enough eggs for a lifetime. And I built a big egg. That was right after I built this. I was kind of like, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's go this way. This train station right here. I copied a tutorial for this. I want a train station, and I made like 3 of them, and I just couldn't figure out which one I liked. So I copied a tutorial for the top. The bottom, that's all me, but like, so like the exterior, that's all someone else. The easy stuff, that's on me. If you come down here, this is my like subway. So this is the one to the end. If you want to go to the end, you go all the way that way. It is just it's just in stone brick, purple stairs, and a purple frog light all the way through. Now this is the these are just for future tunnels for other stuff I was gonna make, but kind of after digging this first one, that was like a multi-day project, you know, where I'd have to do 4 hours at a time because it's like a 2,000 block tunnel and you have to dig the whole thing that wide. So yeah, that was a long one. This is a hobbit hole. The exterior, I took some inspiration from this Instagram post I saw, and I really liked it. So exterior is definitely inspired by that, like the use of moss and like the brick up there. I don't think I would have done that on my own. This is the inside. Just try to keep it a little green in here as well, because it's hard sometimes to get the inside of a build like this um, to pop, especially when it's so small, because like right through the back of this, yeah, I guess you can't see here, but no, God, that happens to me all the time. Where like, you know, sometimes when you break a painting in Bedrock, it will like shoot through this and it'll go somewhere else into an open space. But yeah, there's a little hobbit hole. No real functional use, just a bed that I don't have to go all the way back to my place to sleep in. This build was, this one here. I built this because I wanted potions. I wanted to make a prismarine farm for that down there, and I'll show you guys prismarine farm in a little bit. But I wanted potions so I could make the prismarine farm, so I get night vision, so I could get water breathing, so it would just be easier to make it. I never ended up making potions, but I built this whole place just so I would have a place to build potions. So in here, it's just a little potion, brewing stands, barrels, the works, and this connects over to Zombie Farm. And the reason this is so lit up, by the way, is because of the way stairs work. They're like transparent blocks, so light from the outside's getting through, and I hate it, but it's whatever. Little bubble elevator come up here. Nothing here. Third floor, nothing there. I just kind of like the color palette, and I kind of went with it. This is my netherwort farm, which has been useful, especially when building with like red nether brick. This is Coal Corp. This is a fictional company that I kind of created to like add some lore, and I needed this big ugly space to do some stuff for my build, and just associating it with a big ugly fictional company kind of made sense for me. But the reason I made this is I made this this smelter. So you throw what you want to cook here, you throw your, you know, the stuff that's gonna fuel it, you throw your fuel over there. I already have fuel up there, so I'll just throw some sand, and it goes all the way up here, and I'll show you guys this little kelp farm in a second. It comes up here, it gets sent into this, and when this minecart gets over here, this loading mechanism, which reads the amount of items in the barrel before it'll let it go. This goes, and yeah. So it goes, it puts it into the furnaces, the one with the fuel puts the fuel into those furnaces, and then this one gets it from the furnaces, like the final product, shoots it into these droppers, which are powered by the comparators. And if I don't get down here in a second, you're gonna miss it, but it floats down through here. Should be a few more in just a second. Yeah, but see, it floats down and you can see it fall, and it's just really cool. You can see it go up, you can see it come down. It's one of my favorite builds, and this was inspired by Rin Dog. He did something like this. He didn't do a tutorial on it, so I kind of had to figure it out on my own. But he had the same kind of concept, and I just yeah, kind of made it work within my space. And this is a kelp farm. This is how I get all the fuel for this. Very simple kelp farm. It's with like how it like updates the kelp immediately, so it'll automatically grow, and then it gets pushed down, and you just get infinite kelp, like way too much kelp, and then smelt it for kelp blocks. Yeah, so that's here, and that's what kind of powers this whole thing. And then this little farmhouse, I just wanted a big field of wheat, so I built like a little farmhouse. I'll show you guys that in a second. This is a winery. There's nothing on the inside, just kind of blank in here. Yeah, I wanted a winery. I just couldn't figure out how to make it on my own, so I looked at some like pictures online, and this is kind of what I ended up with. Coliseum. Now, I wish I followed a tutorial for this, because this is not one of my most proud builds. It's not even finished, and I can't show you the inside because my little brother was playing, and he put something a little obscene in here. My apologies. But it's a spleef arena as well. So, and as you can see with the stuff popping out, we never really finished it because this was a tiresome build, and it never really ended up being as grandiose as I wished it to be. This is one of the more recent builds. It's a roller coaster, and it actually goes through the Coal Court building, so I'll ride the roller coaster for you. And this was done with a level of intent. I wanted to have a roller coaster that you could like see my whole world for. So up here it slows down so that you can really look around at everything. So when there's more builds, you'll have more to look at, obviously. But you can come down here and ride the ride. It's a really fun build. The way this is set up is it's supposed to look like you're about to get flung into lava, but you don't. And you get dropped into like this abyss kind of thing, and then you go up through this really colorful area, and you come through Coal Corp, come back out again, and we're gonna go back in, and you can actually see like how it's functioning. You can see the minecarts running around. You can see all the redstone stuff, which I really like. And then again, we come up to the top, and you not super slow, but slower, so you can actually just like look around and see everything. So I think when this world is more fleshed out, there's going to be a lot more to look at, and I think this roller coaster is kind of be a good center point for it. Okay, this is my lava shop. There's another build that I'm working on over there that I haven't figured out fully what I want to do, but this is lava shop, so I wanted to do something with pixel art, so I was like, let's do lava. Come in here, and it's just lava. You need buckets. There's some back here, but I was tired of going to the nether all the time. And yeah, I like these are smithing tables. I really love these as a ceiling because they're unique, but they're expensive. So if you don't have an iron farm, I don't know if I would personally make that choice, because that's like 5-6 stacks of iron for that ceiling. Anyway, and then this is my stone farm. I made this whole little cave thing just so you come over here and mine stone. Silk touch if you want cobblestone, fortune pick if you want, or silk touch if you want stone, fortune pick if you want cobblestone, and you can just AFK it if you really need stone. I do not need stone, I have too much. But yeah, it just made sense because that's lava and this is stone, so this is going to be water, so it's kind of like a big cobblestone generator in a sense, you know. But yeah, so this I haven't finished yet, obviously, but it's going to be some kind of water shop with a water bucket pixel art above it, so that this kind of makes sense. Okay, I think that is this side of the base done. Yes, I will show you guys. Oh, I have my lights on. Okay, perfect. So this is a little farmhouse. It tend to be a little guest house. These are just filled with a bunch of junk that I never end up putting away. Tulips, blah 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 blah. Wheat seeds, wheat. There's nothing in here. It's just here to be here. This is the barn that goes with it. This barn plagued me. I was trying to build a barn for so long, and I ended up being like, screw it, I'm just gonna go with what I feel like doing. This is what I ended up with. Not my best build, not my worst. I like to use the texturing of mangrove and mangrove planks. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I use it a lot. I use it whenever I get the chance, honestly. But I don't want to overuse it because I don't want my whole world to be dark red, you know. So if we come up here, this Rubik's Cube, this is definitely my favorite build, I think. I need a place for my sheep. Sheep, if anyone knows, they're super laggy, super laggy. So inside the giant Rubik's Cube in the sky, I have my sheep farm. I got one of each color sheep. It's 3 layers. This bottom layer isn't finished because I just didn't need that much wool. So yeah, plenty of sheep, as you can hear. But yeah, this was a really fun build. It's a simple build. I mean, these are just 6x6 squares, so you just have to get the concrete. Simple build, easy build. Yeah, but I love looking at it in the sky. It's one of my favorite things. So let's look at the iron farm. This was a pain getting the villagers up here. There's a village over there, which kind of made this whole world that much easier. It's all because that village over there is completely on sea level. So I had a canal that led into my basement, and that's what you guys saw. But iron golems will spawn, supposedly. I'm not seeing much of that right now. These are my cats, just to stop other cats from spawning. I emptied this recently. This is to put my stuff in when I AFK, because I've died like twice in this world, and one was like before I even had iron armor, and the other time was when I was AFK and a spider glitched through the place I was at, and it killed me. I got lucky. A zombie actually ended up picking up all my stuff. Oh, not all my stuff, my armor and my sword, so I got all that back, but I lost all my tools, my elytra, like all that stuff, because it happened, and then I disappeared for 8 hours, and I got lucky that the zombie picked up my stuff. But over here, this is my prismarine farm, and that is my squid and drowned farm. This prismarine farm, I used Blazed MC's tutorial for this. It was a very bad tutorial, I think. Not very bad. I mean, it got the general idea across, but I had to end up changing a lot of it to get it to actually work for me. But I just needed prismarine, specifically dark prismarine. The system set up, so I never made it sorted, but I need to sort it eventually so that all the fish will go in here. I don't need that much fish. And just another burner like I showed before. And if we come up here to the squid farm, there's gonna be more drowns at night than squid. But every once in a while, I need to get back down here. Okay. Every once in a while, a squid will spawn at night anyway. But we'll take this moment to rest so you guys get some better lighting for the rest of this. But anyway. Squids spawn in the bubble columns. You can't really see because these clouds. I'll just drop down. These are soul sand, so squids spawn up here in the bubble columns. They get pushed over here. They fall in the magma. They die. There's probably not any ink sacs in here, yeah. And they rarely drop tridents, the drowns, but when they do, they're always full health. I think it's because they're not killed by players, which perfect for me. Yeah, so I need dark prismarine for some builds, and so I went about getting dark prismarine. Now, if we go back to my main base, I'll show you kind of the port area, and then I will show you a few other farms I have, and I think I'll conclude this. A big part of this world was like the grind. I think one of my favorite things about Minecraft is the grind. Being creative is hard. I think that's the part that challenges me, is coming up with stuff like this. I found this tutorial for this specific lighthouse like 4 years ago, like back when the nether update came out, like back when the like caves and cliffs just came out, and I've been using it ever since. And I don't even need the tutorial anymore. I just have this build memorized. I built it in every survival world I've had over the last 4 years. I like it. Come down here, it's got like this. Yeah, I'll watch TikToks and I'll like see in the background this exact build, and I'll be like, yep, you watch the same video as me. Yeah, this is my little brother's house that he made. It does not resemble anything at all. And yeah, I didn't have really much to do with this build, but I'll show it off so that you can see that everything's, here. Nice little pink bed to look at the lighthouse. Good view. I asked him to build a small shop because my original idea for this area over here was for all my like friends and like people I know to like build like a little shop area, and like kind of like this, like this is a fish shop next to the dock, right? It makes sense. I built this. This is the first one I built, kind of like as an example for other people, and the first person I invited, I just did not follow the example whatsoever. There's nothing here, just sell stuff, I guess. Little house. Yeah, that's just powering these lights. It's nice, I guess. This was the first time I ever used texturing in a build, and like you'll see with me, is a big thing that I use with texturing is wood and strip logs. Like planks and strip logs, just they go well together. This was also a big thing for me for the roof. This is kind of like an experimental build. I was very happy with the way this build turned out. No tutorial, just kind of freeballing it, which, yeah. and this is a church, also tutorial. So I think there's like 4 tutorial builds in here. Everything else kind of just me. I think someone logged in when I was AFK, like one of my friends, and it blew up, and we had 2 chickens in here. We had McNugget and McNugget. Also, this is not anything bad. It's just a banner my little brother put up. I just don't want anyone to think that there's like a very bad man symbol in here. This is like my little egg area. I don't know. I got bored. I was like, I'm tired of having my egg sit on top of my anvil. So I built a little egg thing, and that's what this is. So yeah. What else? Okay, yeah, I have a few more farms to show you guys, and then we can call it quits today, I think. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm proud of this world, you know? It's probably the longest world I've had. I get to a point in a lot of my worlds where like I'll have one big project that like I want to do in that world, and then I get halfway through the project and I get tired. So in this one I kind of made sure that I had small little projects, you know, that I could do over and over. This is my Okay. This is my pillager farm. It's not on right now. You can see the trident killer isn't set up. It's not going off. That's what that little piston is over here. But basically the pillagers spawn, they fall in there, they die, and their ominous bottles get dropped, and then I take the ominous bottles and I go over here. This whole thing looks like any other mob spawner, but it is actually a raid farm. So hopefully I can show it to you while it's still in the air. But they spawn in there, they go into that lava that you saw, and there's a villager sitting in these leaves, and I come down here, I drink a raid ominous bottle, and they fall down here, and I kill them, and I get their stuff. Yep. It's pretty cool, actually. Oh, I forgot. I gotta show you guys the nether after I show you these. Yeah. So this is my gold farm. This is a JC Plays, probably the most consistent Bedrock tutorials. JC Plays, definitely go check him out. But basically, these observers update the lava that's in there to light these on fire, and the portal gets ignited. And then this system gets run down. There's a water bucket in here that will put this on and off. And there's a system down here that extends this piston. This piston will get pulled back once we flick the lever down there, and it will create a loop between these 2 observers, which will turn this on and off, so that this big old portal will light on and off like crazy. And these pistons are important, or these observers are important right here, because if they don't update the lava every tick, then the fire won't spread. And if we come down here, it's a sorting system that JC Play has. It just trident killer. You can turn that on and off. I'm not going to do that now. And it gets all auto crafted into gold, but I cleared this out again yesterday. I swear it works. And then this is my big mob farm. Like, this is, I think it's 5 layers, 6 layers. Any mob can spawn in there besides Enderman. Or any hostile mob can spawn in there besides Enderman that spawns in the overworld. They fall down here. Trident killer goes on. Gonna turn that off so you guys don't have to listen to it. But yeah, everything gets sorted into these chests. So this is redstone, iron. I mean, it doesn't really matter there. Spider eyes, string, arrows, bones, and most importantly, gunpowder. Anything that does not fit into those, including rotten flesh, I do not want rotten flesh, goes into this. And this this item sorter or filter is Impulse SVs. This is his. It's the best one. You should make it. And it's 4 high. whatchamacallits. It's 4 high hoppers, 2 going into 2 double chests. Then this one goes into the comparators, and you put your filter in here. I put poop as my filter block. And then this one just goes over the top, so if anything goes into these and it matches up with this, then it'll go into here. And the reason this works is because hoppers can only hold 45 items, so there's 45 in here, so if it can fit in here, it'll go in here, and then it'll go into the next one, and then you got yourself a filter. And yeah. So that is it for the overworld. I need to show you guys the nether. Nether is not much different. I have like 2 things in there, but gonna give you guys the full world tour, not just the overworld tour. Now, for me, the biggest like issue with Minecraft is just consistency. Like, you get to a point where you don't want to play anymore. You got your full diamond armor, you got your full netherite. You're like, okay, I'm done. And what I found was, let me show my little brother's other house while we're here. But what I found is that Minecraft's a sandbox game, and I was treating it like a survival game. And that's the issue. It's a sandbox game. You're supposed to do fun stuff. If you're not going to be creative, if you're not going to have fun, if you're not going to enjoy it the way it's meant to be enjoyed, you're not going to enjoy the game. So I think you get to a point where the survival aspect is out of the way, and you kind of just have to do what you want to do. Yeah. So I started doing stuff that normally I wouldn't build. Like, I used to not build anything unless it was a farm, and now I'm trying to like give everything its own thing. But anyway, this is my nether room. This is probably the first build that was not necessary in my world, like besides my house. Like, I built this and I enjoy it. It's like a little mini nether in here. If you go through here, you can actually see I built like a full like nether fortress hallway. And yeah, come down in here. This is my nether hub. I'm gonna end. This is my most recent project. I was actually working on this yesterday, or last night, I should say. And this is just, I mean, I like the design. I was just messing around. This is what I got to. This is my piglin farm. I have it set up on a timer so that right after they like throw it in there, there's no like slow speed 2. Yeah, there's no like, it's not connected to these hoppers to read it and comparator signal and all that. It's literally just a redstone clock that I just kept tweaking until I got it right. Oops, someone didn't get one. Sorry, Pam. But yeah, this is my little redstone, or my piglin tray farm. I really would just want this for gravel and basalt, or not basalt, blackstone. And you get some blackstone, you get some obsidian. The obsidian's probably a little bit more important than any other stuff, but you know, just glad I have it. You can't see the names. This one is Gimme Money, this one's name is Gimme Money, and this one is John Pork, but they have name tags on them so they don't despawn. Okay, there are 2 farms in the nether, and I will show you the one that's down there last. Actually, no, there's 2 things that way. Wow, this is going to be a long video, folks. If we come this way, I build these giant crosses because it's just easier for me to find my stuff if I have like a signal. So I think if we come down here, there should be a crafting table. Yep. This is a blaze spawner farm that I made. Really simple. There's lava in there that pushes the blazes down, and I just kill them. Just AFK here. There's no giant killer here. Blazes were my primary source of fuel, like blaze rods, because they smelt 12 opposed to coal's 8. So they were my primary fuel source for quite some time, but then I kind of switched over to kelp, just because it's a lot more farmable, a lot quicker, and also smelts more, so I didn't really see any reason not to. Okay. So, I don't have any boats on me. I'm gonna have to. There's a piglin in one over here. Oh, he wasn't here. Like I said, I just made this, so there used to just be a ladder here, but I very, very, very recently added the stairs. So there's 2 farms. I'm gonna cut to when I get to not whatchamacallit. So we're gonna go to my witch farm right now. I'm gonna explain to you guys how it works. Show you guys kind of drops I get from it, and then I will go to my final farm, which I'll leave as a surprise. But there's only so many farms you can have in the Nether. I mean, actually, that's not true. You can have a gold farm. You can have a Wither's Cousin farm. You can have a whole lot of farms. You can have a magma cube farm and everything, I guess. So I'm a liar. Don't trust me ever. But I'm gonna go sleep, so we don't have to deal with all this darkness about. And you guys can already hear it. I don't know if you can, but you should be able to hear it. There is a trident killer. It's a different kind of trident killer, but it is a trident that kills. It's just set on a little clock over here. There's 2 pistons in there that push this trident up and down. Yeah. So this mud, this 2x2 mud space is where the witches spawn, and a witch's hut. There used to be a witch's hut here. You can build this farm wherever there's a witch's hut, but you just gotta put these in like the front right corner. So if you walk in a witch's hut, there's gonna be like these spots here where the cauldron is and stuff. That's where you need to build it. Yeah, and there's whatchamacallit, scaffolding here, and the way Bedrock works is it thinks that scaffolding is an air block, so it treats it as an air block so that mobs can spawn in scaffolding, and then there's water above the scaffolding that pushes them into that corner with the tridents. And if we come down here, this is again Impulse's sorting machine. If you're gonna sort your items, or you're gonna have an item filter, especially on a big scale, I would use his because his has overflow protection. It's very simple. This is a witch farm, so it drops redstone, gunpowder, glowstone, sugar, glass bottles, spider eyes, glass bottles, sticks, and then potions galore. I've taken some stuff out of here because with the overflow protection, what it does is anything that doesn't get sorted, so like if there's a lot of redstone, sometimes it's gonna miss redstone in the filter and it's gonna come here. So I have the redstone set up, so it'll just auto craft it into blocks of redstone. I can turn this on and off. Pretty simple redstone clock. Yeah, I put the glass here so you can kind of look at it. I'm gonna get out of here though, so we don't have to listen to the whatchamacallit anymore. The tridents go on and off. And my final farm is very far away, even in the Nether. Like, it's still like 1,000 blocks in the Nether, because this farm you can only build in the Nether, and you have to have a certain thingamajoober to build it in the Nether. So I'm just gonna pop on down here. Hope no one minds. I do not have an ice highway set to this other one because it, like I said, it's like 1,000 blocks, dude. It's far. So we're gonna go this way, and I will see you guys when I get there. Okay, guys, we're here. We're at this bastion, and this is a frog-light farm. I got frogs in here. These guys spawn. They fall down, they get killed by the snow until they're so small that the frogs can eat them, and then the frogs, because they like me so much, they spit out frog lights. That's a very efficient farm. You can get like 20 stacks an hour easy, depending on how many frogs you have in there and stuff like that. But yeah. We're here, but the thing is, for you to make this, you have to have a magma cube spawner, which I don't know if you can see up there. And magma cubes only spawn in, or magma cube spawners only spawn in treasure rooms of bastions. So you need a bastion with a treasure room and a magma cube spawner to make this work. That's a piece of pie. Yeah. This farm took a long time to build, and a majority of the building time was just the tunnel. Like for me, that was like 5 minutes. For you guys, it was probably a few seconds. Just to walk it. It's like 2,000 blocks away. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's see if I can. Nope, no better view. You gotta look at me from there. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate you guys watching. And hopefully the videos will be back in action pretty soon. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.